This week on Around the Monitor, Todd Howard admits Fallout 76 wasn't so great, and EA says a German soldier in a World War II game wasn't a Nazi because they don't want to be political. Get ready to go Around the Monitor.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of June the 6th. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news game show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Joining me once again is the unlucky tacticianer, the Green 8 Ball.
You know, I feel really lucky today because my boy got resurrected. Well, I'm so fucking happy.
We've got the fanciest boy in the land, the Dapper Dastard.
Talon back. He has returned.
We've got the Snapshot Crackshot, the Fisher King.
Ask and you shall receive, the boy is back.
And the return, the rise from hell, Baritsu Baru.
Honey lavender gelato.
Wait, what?
That sounds gross, actually.
What? Is that a candle or actual gelato?
That's the flavor of the
gelato.
candle, the scent.
Oh, what? What?
That sounds fucking gross.
You can't make a candle flavor.
If we hit 100,000 subs, I'll eat this candle.
Damn. I was hoping you were going to say 100 subs.
Hold on. Wait.
Because we did actually just hit 100 subs.
I have an important question. Glass or no glass? How much do you love this channel?
Yeah, a million subs, glass too.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Make it happen.
We're gonna do the next PewDiePie, fucking whatever that other Korean music video channel was.
T-Series?
Sub War. Yeah.
No fucking idea what you're talking about.
Anyways, let's get into it this week. We're gonna go back to our strategy of divide and conquer. Starting with the trivia question. This week's trivia question. In honor of the Pokemon Direct we just got, how many copies in total has the mainline Pokemon series sold in lifetime? So we're talking.
Bear in mind, it is the most profitable video game franchise of all time.
Not technically if you include Mario.
Hey,
I could have sworn it was more.
Fisher,
oh no, it's like mass media.
You can't
franchise.
beat the stats, man. Dude.
Yeah, if
Get
it's
the fuck out of
intellectual
here.
property,
Is it multimedia?
If it's intellectual property, Pokemon is the most valuable.
Yeah, Shrek's number 3. That's fucking wild.
Is it? I felt like it's.
Yeah,
I thought it was Pokemon,
dude.
Star Wars, Harry Potter.
The worst box office grossing Shrek film still made $775 million. The worst.
That's pretty wild.
They made fucking 4 of those things.
Jesus. Okay, let's.
So this is all Pokemon games.
All Pokemon games, not counting.
Ever.
No, not counting like the spin-offs. So like no Pokemon
Wait,
Mystery
hold on.
Dungeons.
Counting.
Yeah.
Counting TCG or not counting TCG?
Not counting TCG.
Oh,
So, okay.
Ooh. That changes things severely.
There's only one Pokemon trading card game.
Yeah,
we're
but
just talking about video game.
they
Right?
sell packs. Like, what are you talking about?
We're just talking about the games,
Talking about
mainstream.
video games.
Yeah, we're talking about how many copies, not how much money.
Jesus, guys. It's
copies.
Jesus.
Fucking hell! I'm sorry.
What are we thinking here?
Who goes first?
Whoever wants to. Fortune favors the bold, boys.
I'll go first. 250 million.
All right, 250 million.
Blasted by the fucking stream. There we go.
Hello Nugget asked, "What do you get for winning this shit show? You get a moment to speak by yourself."
You get a moment away from everyone else.
So we've got Baritsu Bar with 250
You get
million.
1 minute of peace. I'm gonna say 325 $5 million.
Okay, 325, 250, 325.
I might.
Who's gonna bet one copy and do the Price is Right thing?
Oh.
5,000,001. 500,000,001.
It's closest, Wes. Not without going.
Oh,
over.
it's not. We don't do Price is Right
Yeah.
rules.
No, because I would take one every single fucking time.
I'm doing 180 million.
180. The
Yeah.
correct answer, according to VG Sales, which is also not known for being super accurate, is 231 million. So that should put
That's
Britzu
surprisingly close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Britzu Bar first. I think Green 8 Ball would be second, right? And then Dapper,
Yeah.
then Fisher.
Wait, what
Fisher
did
than Dapper.
Oh,
I said
yeah,
180. I said 180.
Dapper said 500 million.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is,
sorry. Dapper's.
I appreciate your wildness.
I appreciate your wildness. All right, so let me go through the rundown of the topics for this week. Quite a bit, so there's a lot to pick from. Blood and Truth, a VR game, is the best-selling physical game in the UK this week, which is usually an indicator of how sales will go worldwide. It's just they're the only country that actually does release their sales numbers. Cuphead is playable on Tesla cars. Rocksteady still won't be at E3. THQ Nordic is remastering Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Google Stadia has a reveal event tomorrow, June 6th, which actually we're going to go live tomorrow at noon during the stream. Russo Brothers are making a Magic the Gathering show for Netflix. Minecraft Story Mode will disappear completely, as well as other Telltale games. Watchdogs 3, called Watchdogs Legion, has been leaked, where you can play as any NPC. Shenmue 3 gets delayed again into November, which is a great time to come out because nothing else is launching then.
Yeah, seriously. No games.
Pokemon Sword and Shield got a direct. Todd Howard admitted that Fallout 76 didn't come out as great as he thought. They're apparently making a video game based off the new Jumanji movie using the likenesses of The Rock and Jack Black. And added by popular demand, EA is changing the name of a German soldier from an actual anti-Nazi combatant, but is also saying that he's not a Nazi, he's just a German soldier in World War II. So Baritsu Bar, which one would you like to start the show with?
I'm gonna take the one that I feel most confident about, and that's the Todd Howard Fallout 76 bullshit.
All right, well you haven't been here for some time, so I'm excited to hear you speak about this, but you've got 2 minutes on the clock. Take it away.
Okay, so this interview was really annoying because it's truly
Go on.
because it's basically Todd Howard. It's an apology interview for those of you who haven't read it or don't care to. It's Todd Howard apologizing for Fallout 76 and what it is, and what it turned out to be. But one quote hangs out in my mind, and he says in the interview, we had in mind that this game was going to be not about what it was at launch, but about what it would become. And this, to me, is basically Bethesda making an excuse for releasing unfinished games and then patching in a better game. So this is a mentality that I think is becoming more prevalent in the video game industry, which is like the No Man's Sky syndrome, where you release a game, promise a whole bunch of shit, and it's even worse when you get a company like Bethesda who did have such clout and was releasing games that a lot of people were really, really a big fan of. And then now even Bethesda is releasing games that are unfinished products that then they say later, we will then patch it up and make it better. So I guess to me, the thing to take out of this is buyer beware in this new age of video games, because honestly, I have now made it a habit to not buy any video games at launch other than from companies that I absolutely 100% trust, because I find no reason to. Because usually, here's one last quick thing: I didn't even fucking buy Kingdom Hearts 3 at launch.
Whoa!
Good job.
I love Kingdom Hearts 3.
You're a
smart
but
man.
I fucking knew that Square Enix was gonna pull some bullshit where it was not gonna be all of the game, and of course it's not. And they're gonna release a fucking version that has a bunch of extra shit in it, and then I'm gonna get that and play it.
And it'll still suck.
All right. Green
It's
8
super
Ball.
weird seeing games adopt the movies thing of we'll fix it in post.
That's
Right.
very true.
Thing now.
Yeah.
You can patch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Micro.
And you can charge for it. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Yeah, exactly.
8 Ball. What? Where are we going with you?
I'm taking the Watchdogs. You can play as any NPC.
Yeah. Watchdogs Legion. Take it away, man.
So the key thing that you got to know about this is ambition. Okay, I like seeing ambition, especially when it falls flat on its face.
Whoa.
There's a game that came out. I'm looking at it right now. 2011 called Mindjack. Before Square Enix was promising when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and delayed it for years and years, they released this shit piece of crap called Mindjack, which you could hack into other like civilians around there and play as them, and play as their AI and shoot other people and jump from person to person. That game sucked.
Oh.
It sucked ass. It was bad. It sounds cool because you can just you can be anybody.
I'd never even heard of this game.
It's bad. Angry Joe enlightened me not to ever get it. Thank God. Shoutouts to him, by the way, if he ever sees this. I'm sure that'll help us. Anyway,
Tweet it at him. Who cares?
The point I'm trying to make is it's very ambitious to do this. I guess they're not really NPCs anymore. They're going to be PPCs, which is potential playable characters.
Come on with new terms here.
Here's the problem. Like, when you do this kind of stuff, and this was happening with Mindjack besides the shitty controls and everything else, your player character becomes more and more shallow. So the story around them becomes less of a feature because you're playing as anybody. It's more of a novelty. Even if you're able to pull this off, it could backfire on you really horribly. And who wants to play as, Bartholomew, who's going to the ATM today, who has no gun training and has just a moped or something like that. Yeah, a wife and kids, and get this guy killed. I don't know. If you can literally play as anybody, which is what they kind of encourage.
Yeah, I was wondering what the fuck the main character is going to be.
That was my concern. I was like,
a ditto.
Yeah, but like, is it like some guy? Kaiser said Guy Fawkes mask earlier. Ooh,
yeah,
is it gonna be some Guy Fawkes mask wearing anonymous douchebag who's like, I can control anything.
Or will there
battle
just
station?
Be no main
either
matter?
it falls flat on its face, and that they're gonna limit it severely until it's not great, or they're gonna go too wide on it and overshoot, and therefore it's gonna lose its luster in 2 minutes anyway. Or I messed around for an hour. I just want to play as the OP person.
Yeah,
so I think it's gonna be horrible, and it's more of a gimmick to try to get this game to sell.
And as Wes pointed out, it won't matter.
The one interesting thing was originally my thought was the same thing. Yeah, you could pick any NPC and play as them, and I was like, would that even change gameplay though? But apparently they've said they've worked super hard to make each person a little bit different, different cutscenes can play out based on who you're picking, story events. And I'm like, that's interesting.
I can't wait till the voice acting is an octave different to be a different character.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a louder voice of the same
No, there will be white male, white female, ethnic male, ethnic female.
Yeah.
Those will be the four voices.
There'll probably be, I'll say, several for each type, but dude,
we'll see.
They can do it. They can do it in XCOM. Why can't they do it in this?
Because you can only pay Troy Baker so many times.
So
eventually he stops taking your money.
Yeah.
Ambitious, yes, but sometimes ambition gets the best of us.
Absolutely.
Just look at a lot of other games out there.
Absolutely. Mizuki in the chat commenting, "Oh shit, Britsu Bara's back from hell." Yes, he is.
Hey,
Fisher.
It's canon.
Yeah, it totally is. Fisher, you're up next. What? Where are you going?
Shenmue III gets delayed again.
Shenmue.
I just want to remind everyone that exists that this is a kickstarted video game that is being produced by one of, at the time, or in the past time, a very major video game company, and you fucking rubes got tricked into paying $6 million fucking dollars, nearly $7, to make this thing a reality that fucking Sony was already going to do anyway, and now it's getting delayed and coming out in the midst of all the other fucking games. And guess what? You already put your fucking money forward to pay for the goddamn thing. So Death Stranding is going to be coming out. Pokemon's going to be coming out. Something else comes out that fucking week. And you're going to be like, oh, well, I have Shenmue. I guess I'll just play Shenmue. And when it sucks because it's a fucking Shenmue game and you're pouring 60 fucking hours into that instead of Death Stranding, fuck you. You deserve this.
Damn.
So you can choose to either deliver packages in real time in Shenmue, or deliver packages in real time in Death Stranding.
I just
But the
also
packages in Death Stranding are fetuses and backpacks.
Yeah.
So it's much more significant.
To give you a codification of how interesting Shenmue 3 is, when you click the Kotaku article, the one image they have is Ryo driving like a fucking box moving cart.
Yeah.
Gripping gameplay.
Hey, dude, man, he's just looking for some sailors, you know?
Do you know anyone that speaks the language of Chinese?
I really, honestly, if that game comes out with like some of the jank that the original Shenmue games had, I will absolutely.
If it has like the really bad translations, I will actually give it a lot of slack.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling they're going to try, and it's just going to be not fun.
That does make me sick, because I did play the original Shenmue back on the.
Because there's two
Dreamcast.
kinds of bad. There's the bad where it's thrilling and you're engaged, and it's
Yeah.
amazing, and there's the bad where you're just bored.
Yeah,
There's nothing worse than that.
absolutely. All right, Dapper. End of the first round. Where are you going? I think I know, but.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about EA.
What have they done this time, Dapper?
What has EA done this time? That's a great question, King Kaiser. So, they recently released a new purchasable avatar character for Battlefield 5. I don't really know what that is. I don't play Battlefield 5. I don't know what the point of a purchasable avatar means in any way, shape, or form. But the more important thing is all the shit that comes after it. So this new character is this is a World War II video game. This new character is an evil German guy. He's wearing an Iron Cross, which is a symbol that is related to Nazi Germany and current fascist movements. So, mistake one, this character is named Wilhelm Frank, which might not mean anything, but there was a real-life Wilhelm Frank, and he was actually a resistance fighter who was arrested by the Nazi Germany in 1944. So mistake number one is EA has named its evil German character after a real-life hero. So, not off to a great start. Point number two, EA insists that this character is not a Nazi. Now, he is an evil German soldier wearing an Iron Cross in a World War II video game.
It's just a coincidence.
Fighting for the German side.
Yeah.
But he is not a Nazi.
He's a Nazi.
Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And we've talked about in this past that people are bitching constantly that games are getting too political, which has always been an asinine statement because most art is political, and I believe video games are a form of art. But EA, in trying to appease that group of people, is trying to make their game as not political as possible. Literally, by saying, they've literally said, there will be no references to Nazis or any swastikas in the game. They are literally just making the most vanilla version of Axis Germany in World War II as possible to avoid being political. What do they think World War II was about? Like,
it was a simple misunderstanding.
This is just so bat-shittingly insane and asinine. I'm absolutely flabbergasted.
Asinine.
I'm just absolutely flabbergasted at how stupid this just sounds on paper. Our guy who is literally every action of a Nazi is definitely not a Nazi.
Yeah.
There were no such thing as Nazis in World War II.
It's
not a thing.
My only defense would be that they're doing this to save them when they port it to Germany, because in Germany you're not allowed to have swastikas in like things. But even still, that's a weak defense.
Yeah, I mean that to be fair, that is an argument. It's just hilarious how much they're trying to pretend.
Yeah.
To tell us he's not a Nazi is the stupidest thing ever.
Here's the fucking thing. That's not, because it's a microtransaction added in Avatar. Just don't release it in Germany.
Yeah,
don't
that's
release
a good
that
point.
one in Germany.
That's a good point. Anyways,
guys, remember when I said EA wouldn't fuck up around E3 time this year last week,
yeah.
and I'm already wrong?
That's the end of the first round. Baritsu Baru, where are we going next?
kind of left field because I think before the stream started, nobody thought anyone else was going to take this topic. But I'm just going to talk about the Magic the Gathering TV show.
He's stealing it from Fisher.
He fucking
You gotta
took
go
me
for,
out.
You gotta go for that topic first, man. It's a hot topic. Look at the
He
question.
done
right?
goofed.
Here's the thing: I played MTG back in the day. So
Oh, he's cracking the knuckles too. Holy.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit about.
All right, motherfucker, step into my dojo.
Walkers. I can tap. I'm about to tap some mana.
All right. We're too far.
Summon the
Lay it down.
goblin.
Lay it down for us, please.
Yes.
Here's the thing, man. This show looks like it's gonna be good, and I'm kind of mad because I don't like Magic the Gathering. I have really not liked MTG for a large amount of time. But here's the thing. The reason why I think it's going to be good is because it doesn't seem like Wizards of the Coast has anything to do with it. And Wizards of the Coast is probably one of the most toxic, dumb board game, trading card game companies that exists right now.
Also the wealthiest.
Exactly.
Fucking rolling in it.
But here's the thing, man. Like, I'm looking now at the people involved in this, besides the Russo brothers, but like, not only do they have people who have worked on Rick and Morty and fucking The Dragon Prince, which you should watch because that is also made by the head writer of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original series. It also has the fucking like one of the fucking storyboard writers from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which that was a fucking phenomenal. I argue the best superhero movie that has come out in a very. I liked it better than fucking all the fucking Avengers.
I think a lot of us would also at least side that it's up there.
Yeah,
Guardians, yeah.
But here's the thing, like, this is exciting because I think this will be a good show. But I'm also terrified as a board game and card game player that this is going to choke the industry. And this is going to destroy so many other games that are trying really hard just to survive in an industry where Magic is king. And if Magic becomes more and more popular and they start getting this kind of attention, this mainstream attention, I'm worried that any other potential game that is trying to get a leg up is just going to be smothered and destroyed.
Magic.
And I'm also I'm also worried that if Wizards makes a lot of money off of this, they're going to start buying up companies, and Wizards is just going to monopolize a lot of CCG and board game industry.
Yeah,
they already own
that's
D&D.
really scary.
That's a.
I have so much to say about that motherfuck.
Do you want to pity 10 seconds? No points.
I couldn't do it in 10 seconds.
Okay, well.
You're right that it's actually going to be good, and that's bad in the long run. You're 100% right.
Wow, look at that.
Wizards has gotten their shit together so hard in the last 5 years.
Oh yeah,
good musical.
Hey, I appreciate that reference.
Wow.
At least 4 of us in this call appreciate that reference.
Going off of that, 8 Ball. What are we going to next?
I'm gonna take Rocksteady.
Man.
Not showing
Rest
up.
in peace, my E3 predictions.
Yeah, seriously.
All right.
So I might not be able to recover your predictions, but I hope I can end on a little more of a somber note. So when I heard this news, unlike a lot of people who are really disappointed, obviously I'm reading some of the comments right now, and a lot of them are like, "Holy fuck, this like means the end of all Rocksteady, or we have to wait another year." Let me say that it's really refreshing to me to see a company that says, "Hey, we're not ready to see a game." Now, granted, I wish you could see a trailer or something like that, but when your game or your series or your company has no really like any blemishes on its record at all for releasing any poor games, take your time. Don't release a bad game. Don't get the bad publicity. Don't have that, "Oh my god, we took so long and now our game's trash." Like, I'd rather them not be like somebody else we already talked about today, Fallout 76, and just throwing games out from previous gens and rehashing them or something like that with just a new paint job. Take your time, put some effort in your games, pay your employees well, don't overwork them. That's another thing we've been talking about. And it's nice to see a company, I don't know if it's for that reason or not, it's been behind closed doors, but I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt because Rocksteady hasn't led me incorrectly. Absolutely. So I actually am not disappointed by this. I'm, it'd be nice, but like, yeah, it is what it is. A company's taking more time. And if they release a solid game, not a Suicide Squad game, by the way, don't cut off your own foot. Don't do that, because
Starring
that's a
Will
good way to
Smith.
that's a good way to get an anchor and wrap it around your foot and throw it into a lake and meet Jason Voorhees. You don't want that.
In the bottom of the
best
lake.
movie.
At the bottom of Crystal Lake, he would just be there, and it's Suicide Squad just stabbing you from drowning. So,
Wes, how dare you?
yeah, but Rocksteady, keep on doing you. Obviously, we want to see something from you because you've had some great games in the future or past, and you kind of led the way for a lot of these Spider-Man and some of the Assassin's Creed picked up from you from your reversal mechanics. So, you do you. Take your time. Don't overwork your workers and pull Riot Games, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So.
Keep farting to a minimum.
Keep farting to a minimum.
Fisher, you're up next. Where are you going to go now that you?
Now that I'm left in this desolate wasteland all alone, I'm torn between THQ Nordic is remastering Spongebob, and they're making a video game based off the new Jumanji. I have memes about both.
Yeah.
So I'll meme Jumanji real fast and say Jack Black has actually been in more video games than Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and that's hilarious.
What? Oh, I guess what's the?
He was in the
Brutal
Legends.
He was in Brutal Legend, and his likeness and voice are in the really bad Godzilla game.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened.
Lest we forget that happened. No, I'll talk about THQ Nordic. THQ Nordic is releasing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated, motherfuckers. He needs the water.
Get those electrolytes up, boy.
THQ Nordic is unfucking stoppable. They will find anything, anything that is left lying around on the floor in the big pile of destroyed and dead games, and they'll grab it, they'll drench it up from the bottom, and they'll be like, "Hey, you 75 people who remember this game, want it again?" And they're like, "Yeah, want to pay too much for it? Yeah, here you go." If I was a small-ish company that is on the hell, fuck it. If I'm a even larger company, if I'm a person that makes Dragon Age, I am right now terrified that THQ Nordic is gonna come axe my door down and like say all of your assets are now ours. Work for me or die.
They're gonna re-release Kingdoms of Avalon Reckoning, so I don't think Dragon Age is worried yet.
I mean, THQ Nordic as of now is still like waiting in the background, not like trying to put itself forward as, hey, we're a huge publisher, even though they're at this point a fucking huge
massive,
publisher.
Dude.
Just on quantity perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think next year THQ Nordic is coming to either a PAX or an E3.
Oh, I was
and
just
they're
about
going
to say that. Oh my!
And they're going
God.
buck fucking wild with a press conference where they're like, "Hey, bet you didn't know we owned this franchise. Here's a new game. Fuck you."
That's actually a fucking
and everyone's gonna love it.
That's ballsy, and they're gonna blow it. Is that what you said?
No, I said everyone's gonna love it.
I think some people will. There's 75 people from 75 different franchises will love it. You do the math.
They're like the Oprah Winfrey of game companies.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
get a game.
You get a
remaster.
You get a remaster.
How many of these are going to be advertising on HM?
Shout outs to Mark, by
I don't know.
the way.
I can't get Mark on the phone anymore.
God,
Mark, answer us. We've been shouting you out for so long. Why don't you return our calls?
No, it's like their shotgun is so wide and fires so many pellets they can't miss.
Yeah, that's very true. Mizuki in the chat says Jack Black's also going to be in Psychonauts 2. I did not actually know that. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, he and Tim Schafer.
Was he in Psychonauts 1?
I don't believe
and Jack Black was. Jack Black was in Tim Schafer's shitty point-and-click adventure game.
Broken Age.
Broken Age.
Oh.
He was in that, and that was very disappointing.
Tim Schafer, I hate you so much. You're lucky you made Psychonauts.
Wait, where was Jack Black? Where was Jack Black in Broken Age?
He was the leader of. Sorry to derail for a second. He was the leader of like the Cloud cult people.
Oh yeah,
like the feather, the guy who was the feather guy.
I'm surprised how many people. 4 of the 5 of us have played Broken Age.
I liked it.
I played a
I
little
like
bit
the
of it.
first. I like the first half.
Yeah,
The second
I didn't
half
play the
is
second
much
half, so I liked
weaker.
it.
I
Yeah, don't
played
play the second half.
I played Repaired Era, but not Broken Age. So
Hey.
Hey.
Like,
Dapper,
comment,
Negative
subscribe,
3
everybody.
Dapper, please take us home.
Okay, Google, how do I
Alright.
ban someone from a Discord?
All right. So I'm gonna finish this off with something that's kind of cool, but I'm mostly just gonna meme about it.
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Cause I'm just gonna meme about anything Elon Musk and Tesla do,
I'm so glad
Because-
someone's talking about this.
Yeah.
because fucking hell, dude, it's Elon Musk and
This
Tesla.
this is what memes and dreams are made of, man.
Like, fucking Elon Musk has all this money and is so obsessed with doing really stupid and pointless shit with it.
Hey man.
Like, I'm gonna send cars to the moon. I'm gonna build an underground railroad that only Tesla cars can drive on. I'm gonna let you play Cuphead on your Tesla. Are any of these things actually good ideas of progressing society? Not in the fucking slightest.
Hey man.
Is Elon Musk actually kind of a douchebag? Yes.
Hey,
Is the cult of personality around him completely unwarranted? Yes.
Hey, I saw him smoke a blunt with Joe Rogan once, so he's cool, right?
Man, what a cool room that must have been.
What an awful place that must have been.
Fucking rather
Um,
die.
I mean, I don't know. Something about putting video games in cars is like, or I could not buy an overpriced car and I could just bring my video game. I could just like
The problem is that
handheld
Cuphead's already
games
coming
in
to
cars.
Play
Switch.
play Cuphead on the Switch
Yeah,
in your
I can play
Tesla.
Cuphead, I can play like,
Wheels within
or I
wheels.
could fucking just get a Switch and play it on my Switch like a normal
And
person.
the problem is the version that's coming on the car.
Yeah, it's not the full version.
It's not the full version. Also, I'm pretty sure it's going to be using touchscreen controls. So
No,
it's-
you can use USB controller.
Oh,
USB
well.
controller. You said so.
either way.
But like, who cares?
Oh yeah, no, who cares? I mean, it doesn't salvage it at all. I mean, moral of the story: Elon Musk is a genius, but an absolute fucking idiot at the same time. And
Now, Dapper, I
I
have a question
cannot
for you.
fathom why everyone's so obsessed with how great he is.
Cheating.
Will it have Twitter integration so while you're playing Cuphead you can bitch about your ex on Twitter like a whiny fucking high schooler?
I think it's actually going to do that automatically.
Oh, good,
It will-
good,
it
good,
will,
good.
It will record what you say while playing and automatically post
Oh.
tweets about it.
Oh,
Excellent.
I like
And-
that.
It's
And
fully integrated.
is the Cuphead soundtrack replaced by all of Grimes' discography?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
I am
Okay.
out of Elon Musk jokes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's enough for this episode.
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
Musk jokes for this episode.
This was a fun week, mostly hanging in the shadow of E3, but
Yeah.
all good things must come to an end, and they will, with Baritsu Baro being this week's winner, going to the minute to win it.
Hey,
From
I knew
hell
I
to
could-
the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I knew Seti let me out of hell for a reason.
Satine.
Satine, that's his actual name. Everybody's been
Looks like
pronouncing
you
it
get like a
wrong for
vegan
years.
restaurant.
Are you ready for your minute to win it?
I mean, yeah, I didn't think I'd win, but I have something I could talk about.
Okay, good. Please take it away.
Okay, so talking about like Magic earlier, Magic the Gathering. I don't think I established this, but I am like a huge tabletop board game and card game guy. I think I established that in another episode in a minute's with it. But I guess I'll take the second to talk about a couple games that, for those of you watching, you might want to just check out. Some board games and card games. One card game that I have loved the lore of, the story of, and the artwork of, and the gameplay of is the Legend of the Five Rings Living Card Game by Fantasy Flight Games. You can check that out. It's a phenomenal hybrid of board game and card game with amazing artwork set in a feudal Japan style setting. It's been around for a long time, but Fantasy Flight just picked it up and is revamping it and making it absolutely beautiful and phenomenal. I would check that out. And a board game that I have just now started playing that I really love is called Cryptid. I would also check that one out. It's a 5-player game that's kind of like a deductive puzzle-solvey thing. I would also check that one out. And anybody else who wants to know anything about board games, I guess just fucking ask King Kaiser and then he'll ask me. Because I really don't have like a Twitter or anything for you to get in contact
Well-
with me. But if anybody wants to know shit, let me know.
Well, I was gonna give you a chance to plug those things you don't have later, but that's fine too.
Hey.
But that's gonna do it for this week of Around the Monitor. Important things to announce, I guess. We're gonna be doing live streams for all of the E3 conferences this week. Our E3 predictions episode. It was some of the most fun I've had recording an episode of Around the Monitor. It was an absolute blast.
It's a fun listen.
We certainly come up with some wild shit. I definitely recommend checking it out just to check the end of the video and read through all of our predictions because they are hilarious.
And see how confident King Kaiser was about his
My Rocksteady prediction.
Yeah, Rocksteady. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty sad that literally the day after that we recorded that, they're like, yeah, we're not going to be there. But it's okay. I've still got 5 other predictions. But does anybody have anything else they'd like to plug this week? 8-Ball?
Yeah, I mean, I started a Nuzlocke that isn't Insurgents, which is nice. It's platinum, and it's been going for a decent bit here.
Shoot, I didn't
and
know
it's
about
not going too poorly, so I'm actually not too bad.
Nice.
That's the
But
hardest
yeah,
one, right? For Nuzlocke?
No, probably not. They're all similar in Nuzlocke difficulties and such. But it's at the Green April at twitch.tv.
Anything for you to plug, Dapper?
I'm on Twitter. I'll be tweeting about the LCS Summer Split a lot.
Congrats on your official position as Around the Monitor's LCS coverage reporter.
I'm Around the Monitor's LCS correspondent.
Yeah, I really
I will give shitty hot takes on the NA, on the LCS and LEC all
Can
summer.
I be the radio DJ?
That's what you got that
Absolutely.
degree for, right?
Yeah, so I got my law degree in. That's why I got a law degree, so I can hot takes on League of Legends tournaments.
Fisher, anything from you?
I am in week fucking 6 of an interview process for a job. Please kill me.
Also, since this is the first episode of June, a really quick Happy Pride.
Yeah,
to all
Happy
y'all.
Pride Month.
Good point.
Happy
Good
Pride
point.
Month, everybody.
And Father's Day, too. I think we'll be
And
out
Father's Day.
after this. 10th.
You know?
Or
out
both
those
at the same
days.
time sometimes.
Shout out
I love those days.
So if you're an LGBTQ father, this month's for
Double. This one's
to all my
If
to all
your
my gay
dad
dads.
celebrates
Double
Pride.
prizes.
If your dad celebrates Pride, that's a cool dad.
That's pretty
That's a
cool.
cool dad. That's gonna wrap it for this week. But we will see you actually tomorrow morning at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Google Stadia is having a announcement, and we will be there live. Well, not there, but we'll be live. Watching
Googling my balls.
We'll be
Remember to-
Advertising.
we'll be
Remember to
Googling.
like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get us there next year.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get Baritsu Baro on more. He plugs the show more than I do.
I think everyone does.
Remember to smash that like button.
Smash that bell.
Smash that bell.
Get us to 101 subs, and Bruce will probably tell you all his favorite vape flavors.
Spoiler
25-minute
Spoiler
video.
alert, it's lavender gelato. All
Gotta
right.
have my vape.
Gotta have my vape.
Yeah, very good McElroy reference. All right, but that's going to do it for this week. This has been Around the Monitor. Peace out, my dogs.